going to take you on the beginning of April garden tour, and you're going to see what a difference there is between my Zone 8 garden and others that I will link for you below. So let's get started. I started this on yesterday on a sunnier day, and then what it looks like today. So let's get started on this first week of April garden tour. It's time to create the journal for 2024. I don't think I did one March 1st, but it was pretty much snow all over, so it wasn't anything really to see. The roses are all budding up. I do have some daffodils. Aren't they beautiful? They got smashed in the last storm and they did pop back up. But tonight it is to begin raining and snowing again. It looks like we could get up to 9 inches. So these will be smashed. I just may come out here after I'm done with this video and and cut my daffodils so I can enjoy them in the house while it snows and snows. So I think we're supposed to get 3 days of snow, and then it's supposed to clear up again, but 9 inches is a lot. Hopefully it'll melt off quickly. So things are coming up, budding out. Now for us to get snow this time of year is not unusual, so it's not like I hadn't been expecting it. So things out here are still a mess. I haven't had a chance to get out in this garden, the front entrance garden. I've been working in back and in the greenhouse. I've been cleaning up the greenhouse. So, just a look at everything. It's very barren this time of year. I am envious of areas, Zone 8s, that are planting away. You can see the gophers, the big hill there, beneath that's my hibiscus. My big dinner plate hibiscus. And it's called Dixie Belle something. It's a real bright red. So all this stuff, everything's waking up. There's another big hill. Yeah, they're rampant in here. So I am going to focus on, I did spread a lot of poppies, but I focus on things I know they won't eat, like the daffodils. I spread my daffodils out because I know they'll naturalize and thicken up of their own volition. I didn't plant a whole bunch in one area. I save that for in my containers. And then I'll dump out my containers in in an area, and then that'll be thickly planted. Now I planted a rose down here. Oh, I don't know, that's not a rose. Where's the other rose? Oh, there it is. It's up by that one. So I have lots of roses around, climbing roses. Oh, it looks like these two verbascums came back. They were a little tall to be on the edge, and I hadn't moved them yet. I should get out here as soon as the snow melts enough, get out here and move them. So, yeah, it's not anything beautiful to look at, but it is what it is. I'm really happy with the daffodils along here. They will get smashed, but next year I think I'm going to put a lot more, and I like the ones with the orange centers that we looked at earlier in the tub, so I think I'll put some of those here. Look at my clematis. Usually I trim these back hard in the fall, and then I let them grow up, but this time I just let them go. Last year I didn't get a chance to prune them, and they bloomed so gorgeous. This one over here too. One I do believe is Nellie Moser, and the other is Bee's Jubilee. I think. I've lost track. I have several clematis around. Now I planted my boxwood hedge last fall, and they're all doing great. I did my roses. These are Tequila Surprise. I think it's Tequila Surprise, and I had 5 of them. 1 died, and the other 4 are here in the front. So we'll see how they do. So far, it looks like the gophers have left them alone, though I see they have been in here. So, and this little plant is something I don't want in here, so I'm gonna have to pull that up. that can take over. So it's one of those weeds that gets going and you have a dickens of a time getting rid of it. So on to the rose cottage garden. These roses are doing great. As soon as the snow's done, I will come out and fertilize them. These daffodils crack me up. They've been coming up from underneath this sidewalk forever. Ever and ever since we moved here. This sidewalk wasn't here when we moved here, and then we put it in, and those have just kept on coming up. Now this is my David Austin, Abraham Darby rose, and I need to get that planted in the ground. This rose really has taken off. This is Madame Alfred Carrier. So it looks like it lives it there. So, oh, I have one of my little peachy. Let me see if I can get around here without killing myself. Yeah, daffodils. Just love that in there. So everything's starting to sprout, but soon it will be absolutely covered. I dug up, this had thrown out a bunch of seeds, and that's Jupiter's beard, and that thing blooms nonstop all summer, and the gophers leave it alone. So dug up the seedlings to put around in different areas of the garden. My irises are all coming up. Over here, the weeds are taking over different areas. Like I said, I haven't been out here much to start cleanup. I've only had a few good days. We've had cold, rain, snow, and I just don't like being out here when it's that cold. As it was sunny earlier, and the clouds are coming in quick. But it is supposed to start raining and snowing in just a few hours, so no surprise that the clouds are taking over. So, yeah, nothing really exciting to see, but I just want a record. I want a record of the beginning of April. Look at the primroses do beautifully. I just came in and had pruned off some of the yucky looking ones. They'll get smushed, frozen, smushed, but they will recover. And look at my viola patio. Violas came up between all the little pavers. And this is paving sand. They loved it. And the seeds just took off. So, more than a Japanese maple starting to bud out. And here I had an elephant ear that got uncovered. You can see the bulb down in there. And see what it's doing. This was going to be my cutting garden. I meant to start cool flowers in it. I dumped a bunch of containers in it, and I guess they had bulbs in it, because you see that's coming up. These wire mesh panels I need to collect up. Those went underneath the other raised beds. I need to finish filling this up, and I can go ahead and put cut flowers for this coming summer in here as soon as I get it finished filling it up. So here are my 2 lilacs that I started from suckers, and they're doing very well. And let me see if I'm getting any suckers from them yet. Not yet, but they will once they're matured. Okay, come around. I worked yesterday, most of the day, trying to organize my greenhouse and out here. So down here is my hosta garden, my shade garden. It's all dormant at the moment. And slowly getting those beds filled up. I need to get a load of that compost to fill them up, because buying bags is so expensive. And my husband's truck's been broken down, but next week we are supposed to take it for the final repairs. Seems like we get one thing fixed and the next thing emerges. So it's been an ongoing process. So the secret cottage garden, the circle garden, yes, there are my pansies. They just were recovering from the last big snowstorm, and now they're going to get it again. Now, the only thing with this snowstorm is it's going to get down into the 20s at night. So it's going to really do a number on a lot of things. It's supposed to be 2 nights in a row, so I'm hoping my roses don't get zapped too hard. And all it will do is set them back a few weeks, but that's just a few weeks. I wouldn't get my roses, so I'm thinking of putting a little table and chairs bistro set right there in front of that arbor instead of the bench. I think it's just would be cute. Just something different. I love my benches, but I like the look. And then the arbor is a bench actually, and that could be one of the seats for the table. So all my winter sowing, some things have germinated, some others have not. And my hen there, she's thinking I'm going to come give her treats. Down there, that I sowed alyssum in. I want it to get good and soaked, and then I'll take it into the DIY greenhouse. I need to name that something else rather than DIY greenhouse, but that's just one we built, and so that's why it's gotten that nickname. And I have yet to figure it out. Oh, the sun's coming out. What a difference I can feel in the warmth when that sun comes out. I had been thinking of taking the cover, this protective cover, off the greenhouse, but then when I found out we're going to get 9 inches of snow, I thought, nope, because the snow bombs that fall out of the pine tree back there behind it would punch through the roof panels. So, but anyway, so over here I did plant some stock in this barrel. Get me some pretty color. In this bed, I'm going to fill up with more potting soil, or, you know, the compost, and then I will plant some crimson clover cover crop in there to get it going, and then I will seed some things there. I was thinking of my peppers because this is a hot spot in the summer. So that's an idea. So I'll show you how far I've gotten in the greenhouse. Let me unlock this, or at least push it back. It's not really a lock because the bears tore it off my tripod there. And whoops, seeds I want to plant. Some trays I'm going to seed while it's snowing out. I'll turn my little heater on. There's my heater down there. And I will just putter away in here when it's snowing out. I did pot up my gomphrena, and I got a bunch of those. Here are the delphinium cuttings, still doing great. I've got a bunch more of these traps, the sticky traps for the gnats, because when I brought the tray of gomphrena in here, the seed starting mix, which was a coconut coir base, was filled. They went right to that, and most everything else was left alone. So it wasn't the potting soil, the coconut coir was the culprit, and boy did they just become so full in that. They loved it. It was just something that they did great in. So I have all these traps in here so that I can make sure that nothing else gets infested. So here's the seedling delphiniums. My topiary, that is my rosemary topiary, and here's the one I got to take cuttings from. That's something we'll do this week too while I'm stuck indoors, is we will take cuttings from that, and we will start them so that we can make a topiary. And I'll just walk you through how I do it. So basically that's it. And there's my petunias I got at Lowe's. One of them. The other one is in the DIY greenhouse. I should show you how I got that set up. I'll walk you over there. Walk you over there. Door closed. I don't want it to fly open in the wind. We've got to get that repaired. So I pruned up this lavender. It needed a good pruning. All my winter sowing. Okay, I'm using this one to hold the door shut so the wind doesn't blow it open. Let's open up the door. So I brought in my little benches. Built these little benches. They need a good paint job, but I thought I'd need them in here for shelves to put these up on. And I'm going to put some more shelves up along so I can put other plants in here as the other fills up. Okay, then I have more room. But here is where I potted up the petunias from the other 6-pack I had gotten at Lowe's, and I'm wishing I had bought at least 2 more, and I'm kicking myself for not. It was a great deal, and why I didn't jump on it, I don't know. Sometimes I just do goofy things. So, yeah, I brought these in here because these are my, see those little things? So you want to see my hyacinths? No, the sun's gone back again. I brought these in here because the super cold would just really fry them and make them look ugly, and they're barely coming up. So I wanted to give them a chance, a fighting chance to actually get to bloom. Now my sweet peas that I started, and I already cut them back, pinched them back. Looks like I could do it again. But yeah, they're doing great. They will fly through the freeze. Another plant. See, here's some rosemaries I stuck to root. Yeah, I don't know, I haven't checked them to see if they've rooted. And here's a bunch of roses down here. So I have another bench. I'll probably put it across here and put more stuff on it. And then, like I said, I'll put brackets up and I'll put shelves across. And that's my little DIY greenhouse. And all the stuff I got going on in there. So like I said, I have been working and working, and then I take a look and it doesn't seem like I've touched a thing, but I have. I know I have gotten closer and closer to getting it tidied up. And this area I will tackle next, one of the areas. So it's just me, myself, and I, between all my other work. Getting out here, such a treat. Today I had tons of book work to get done for our corporation, but I thought, phooey, if it's going to be snow in the next 3 days, I'll do it then. And I'm going to come out and enjoy the sunshine. Let me take your word. I'm going to show you one of these containers. I love galvanized tubs. You probably have seen many around my property. Here's my boxwood hedge I'm starting. All these boxwoods here. But these violas all self-seeded. And this is just full of them. And then the daffodils are just getting ready to bloom. Aren't they gorgeous? Hopefully they won't get too badly smashed. And we'll come through it okay. So I wanted to share with you, and I have shared before, that bears repeating for those who haven't come here before. Whoops, sorry about my shadow. But see those boxwoods? These little ones? I started these from cuttings. And in fact, here's some I just stuck in not too long ago. Let me see if I can get over here. See these right here? These were from when I trimmed my others back, and then I just stuck them in soil, and they root. I don't know if these are rooted yet. They might not, but I won't tug on them just in case they haven't. But that's how I started these, and I'm eventually going to have an entire hedge wrapping around this metal raised bed. And here's some more down here that I stuck. Let me see if this is, nope, it hasn't taken yet. So that one has. I just tug and it gives me resistance, so I know it has. So that is how easy it is to start boxwood cuttings. So you find one that really does well in your area, and just every time you trim it, stick some in the ground, and they will take. Okay, my friends, that is the down and dirty April, beginning of April gardens. I just went through all of them because there's not enough to show to do a whole video of one. I will come back tomorrow and I will show you the difference in the afternoon, how much snow we have and what it looks like then. I was really hoping they were wrong with their 6 to 9 inches of accumulation for this storm, but I think I'm going to have to bear up against a lot of white stuff for the next couple days. And so will my plants. There goes all my daffodils. They're toast now. And that, my friends, is my beginning of April garden tour, complete with the snow that's coming now. But hopefully this will be short-lived. We'll only maybe get 6 inches. They keep switching it around. And hopefully it'll be dry snow so that it'll melt fast.